Hi, I'm CJ Starry, and I'm here for Merrolyn to show you how to become an elf. Now, the one unifying factor of being an elf is your ears. So as long as you have those, you're an elf. Different groups of elves may dress differently, choose different hairstyles, have different looks overall, but to give you an idea, or a few ideas, we're going to go through everything. We're going to do wigs, costumes, makeup, and of course, the most important part, ears. There are several different kinds of ears that you can choose to be an elf, and I have 2 different types here to show you, and of course how to apply it and make it look a little more natural. Let's get started. Okay, for the first step what we're going to do is we're going to put on some makeup. As you can see, I'm not wearing any, but the best part about this step is that you don't have to do it. If you don't want to wear makeup for your elf, you don't have to at all. You can just put on those ears and you're an elf. Everything else we do is totally optional. We're going to go ahead and use an airbrush because it's something I'm familiar with and I think it will give us more of an ethereal look. But you can use whatever you want. Okay, so the first thing that's most important is finding a shade that fits the person that you are giving airbrush makeup to. I think this might be a good match. You're going to seal it because that is the most important part of this process. You're gonna want a good seal. I am from the era of Homestuck cosplay, where we all used Snazzaroo face paint, and we all got face paint on everything. Speaking of Snazzaroo, that will come up later, but in a positive way. So, my makeup setting spray from Decay. As you can see, it's gotten a lot of use, it's dirty. All-nighter. I just use the NYX press powder because it's cheap and it works. The NYX setting spray is also really good if you're on a budget. Close your eyes, close your mouth. There it is. Done! I'm a little excessive, so I like to put on a couple. Dry! Dry! Why won't you dry? So I have an assortment of things that we are going to use to finish off this look. Because we're doing sort of a fighty elf for Lucy, we're going to put on some scars. The best thing for scars, in my opinion, is rigid collodion. You put it on and it just sort of puckers your skin so it looks like you've got some old scars. Where would you like your scars?
Everywhere.
Yeah, no. Cheek?
Yeah.
Alright. Does it feel weird?
Yes.
Yeah, it feels weird. Oh, it looks cool though. Hold on, I gotta get y'all a close-up of this. As you can see, there is a clear indent. What we can do is we can add a little bit of coloration to that so it's not just an indent, but this is a great start. It adds for a more realistic look. While we're using this color, I'm going to put it everywhere else it needs to be. Oh my god. I never powder set it. It appears this pressed powder also has a vague shine because I have a problem. Okay, so everything's shiny. It's fine. It's not as shiny as you think it is, don't worry. And there's no glitter. Glitter is the herpes of the craft world. Eyebrows next. Sisters, not twins. The next thing we're going to do is a little bit of eyeliner. Just close your eyes. Have you ever had eyeliner on before? Chin up. Lovely, lovely. Now we need to highlight. Now, we're gonna see Lucy's reaction when she sees herself in makeup for the first time.
Oh, blimey, that's weird.
assisted with airbrush. We have a couple of different types of ears here to show you. Most easy are these neat little hook-on ears. I've seen these used a lot and they can be very helpful. Now, they're simply, you hook all along the back of your ear like so. Then you make sure that front part comes around and ta-da, you have an elf ear. Now with most elf ears, you're going to want to tuck a little bit of hair around it just so that no one sees where it connects. Now, these are not my favorite elf ears because what if you trip? Oh, they're off! Now there's definitely a few ways to mitigate this. You might consider putting some double-sided tape on the inside of the ear and sticking it to your ear, but all in all, for smaller eared people, this is not the best solution. One of my favorite companies that makes latex and non-latex elf ears is Paaarty, and Paaarty ships pretty much anywhere in the world. These are an example of their ears. Now they can come painted or unpainted, but I always choose unpainted so that I can make it match my skin tone better. And we'll show you how to do that later in this video. Now, they've got all kinds of styles, and they range from small to big, pointing up, pointing down. I'm going big. Go big or go home, right? This area here is going to go right toward your temple. Be careful of your baby hairs. And this area is going to go toward the bottom. Depending on the size and shape of your ears, you can trim them to fit better. Remember I mentioned Snazzaroo earlier? Well, Snazzaroo makes spirit gum. Spirit gum is an important aspect to anything you're adding to your body, whether it's on your face, your ears, etc. This is going to stick it on. We will put this on later, I'm not going to apply it, but I'll show you how to do all of that. And then you're just going to slip it on, hold it down until it dries. And there you will have an ear. But we've got some coloration to do first. As you can see, we have a variety of Paaarty ears here. You can pretty much do whatever you want with them, and they have latex and non-latex options. Neither of us have a latex allergy, so we just went with the latex options. This one is going to be Lucy's, and this one is going to be mine. Making your ears match is important, and it does take a little bit of time for them to dry. Now you can do this with a cream-based makeup just as easily. What I like to do is use airbrush. Shake it up.
Throw it.
Throw it on the ground. Then we're going to airbrush the ear just like we would airbrush our face. You need to remember to set it just like you were setting your face. I even powder mine once they're dry. Now, if you're really impatient, you can use a hairdryer.
As you can see, we have a supervisor.
Thanks.
He doesn't like the hairdryer.
So you can see this is nice and dry, and it might be easy to forget how much work you've done, but let's go ahead, set that down there, and let's compare it to the non-painted one. And there you have it. Now we haven't contoured the ear at all, but we can do that, so let's move on to that next. So now we have two contoured and colored ears ready to be put on Lucy's head. First and foremost, we're going to try these ears on Lucy just to show you them on someone else. They're still wobbly on her, so she probably wouldn't want to use them because she moves a lot in LARPs.
What are you trying to say?
That you move a lot in LARPs. You can see it just kind of tucks right in there. Effective enough. But go ahead and give yourself a little wiggle. There they go. We're going to fit the ear first. I'm going to come from the back here. Now. Putting this on, I can see that this is almost too long. If it was too long, we would go ahead and trim right here. If you have If your junction between your ear and your head is small, like Lucy's, you might need to trim a little bit, but hers seems to work correctly, just barely. So you're going to want to line that up with your temple and line that up with your earlobe. So, I'm going to take the spirit gum. I'm going to take the ear. I'm going to coat the spirit gum on the inside. You don't have to super overcoat it, but make sure you get it on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and hook it just like you fit it. I'm trying to get her hair out of the way. And then you're literally just going to hold it there for about a minute, maybe 2. Alright, so about now that yours should be dry, go ahead and take your fingers off. No?
My fingers stuck to me.
Your and her finger's stuck to her ear! There we go, high five. Go ahead and look at the camera. Ears! Now I have my ears on as well, and I just wanted to show you that one of the methods you can use to kind of hide the line is to use a cuff or a large earring. Lucy and Teddy are ready for the next step. Now, as you can see, Lucy is in some elfish clothing. She is definitely more of a roguey elf.
Moi?
Yes.
I'm elegant AF, mate.
The next step is the wig. So I'm gonna fish around in here for a wig cap, because I know I've got some. But if you are using a lace front wig, I do recommend wig tape, especially if you are LARPing. So there you have it, wig cap. You're starting here with the lace front wig untrimmed. So we're just going to adjust this a little bit. You can see there's all kinds of extra lace. We're just going to trim it to the shape of Lucy's head. Then once you do, you're going to take these little edges here and you're going to tape them down. Right around that line. You're going to peel. Now we're elves. As you can see, we went for 2 completely different style of elves, as you can too. The only thing that's important is to have those pointy things. Ears. Those pointy ears. No matter what kind of elf you are, I hope you enjoy Merrolyn Academy. Make sure to follow the Merrolyn page on Facebook and their website for more announcements, and if you liked my video, please follow me on YouTube at CJ Starry.